Okay, so today we will discuss histology of urinary bladder and ureter, urinary system. Histology of kidney you have read in the previous class. So rest 2 we have to read today. So first we discuss ureters. Okay, so ureter is a mucomuscular tube that carries the urine from renal pelvis to the urinary bladder. This is the length of ureter 25 to 35 cm. Here, these are the kidneys. From here, renal pelvis, ureters are arising. So these are the two ureters. These two are draining into the urinary bladder. From bladder, this is urethra. Through the urethra, it is coming out through the urethral opening, urine. Okay. So, ureter is a mucomuscular tube that carries urine from renal pelvis to the urinary bladder. Length is 25 to 35 cm. Lumen is star-shaped. Wall of the ureter has these three layers: inner mucous membrane, middle smooth muscle layer, and outer adventitia or fibrous coat layer. So these are the three layers in the wall of the ureter. Okay. So this is the histology of ureter. First, mucosa. Mucosa is lined by a transitional epithelium. This is specific for the urinary system. Transitional epithelium you have also seen in the ureter, urinary bladder, and up to the level of prostatic urethra. Okay. And during epithelium chapter also you have read transitional epithelium. There are umbrella cells, prevents seepage of different toxic material into the bladder. These are the main function of the transitional epithelium. Tight junctions are present in between the cells. And there is also lamina propria. This is a connective tissue layer. But here you notice there is no muscularis mucosa. Muscularis mucosa was present in the GI system. Okay. Next, there will be smooth muscle coat. Smooth muscle coat has these three layers: inner longitudinal layer, middle circular layer, and outermost longitudinal layer. Outer longitudinal layer is present only in the lower two-third. Okay. Here, upper one-third, outermost longitudinal layer is absent. So if this is absent, you can see the pattern: inner longitudinal, outer circular. Okay. If this is present only in lower two-third, so in the upper one-third, so it is opposite of the gut. In gut there is inner circular, outer longitudinal. But here you can see inner longitudinal, outer circular. Okay. And another extra layer is added in the lower two-third of the ureter. That is another longitudinal layer. Okay. Only present in the lower two-third. Okay. Understood? Next is adventitia, outermost covering. It consists of retroperitoneal connective tissue. Okay. So these are the three layers you have to see in the section of ureter. So ureter, mucous membrane consists of these following layers. First, lining epithelium is a transitional epithelium which is about 4 to 5 cell layer thick. There is lamina propria which is connective tissue layer, and mucosa shows numerous longitudinal folds. Hence the lumen has a star-shaped appearance. Smooth muscle coat. Smooth muscles are arranged in three layers: inner longitudinal, middle circular, and outermost longitudinal. And these layers are not distinctly marked from each other. The outer longitudinal muscle layer is present only in the lower two-thirds of the ureter. Next is adventitia. Ureter is embedded in the retroperitoneal connective tissue that forms a layer of ureter called adventitia. And adventitia contains adipose tissue, blood vessel, nerves, lymphatics. Okay, in our slide in histo lab, you can see clearly the sections of blood vessel, both the artery and veins. Okay, nerves and lymphatics cannot be seen in this staining, and adipose tissue cells also is present in the adventitia. See here, this is a schematic histological picture. This is transitional epithelium. You can say all the cells have prominent rounded nuclei. Surface cells are known as the umbrella cells, and there are some mitotic figures. Mitotic figures means single cell containing two nuclei. That is the this is only feature of this transitional epithelium, and cells are polygonal, and layer of cells changes. In distended bladder it is 1 to 3 layers of thick, but in empty bladder the cell layer increases in thickness. Okay, it is about 3 to 5 layer thick. Okay, understood? So there is a stretching pattern for this transitional epithelium. This is ureter. You can see lumen is star shaped. This is important feature. These are the longitudinal folds. This, due to these folds, this is star shaped lumen. And this is lining epithelium. You can see prominent rounded dots in multiple layers. It is multi-layered epithelium, transitional epithelium, and below it here is the lamina propria, some connective tissue layer. Okay, then there is the muscle layer. We go to the muscle layer, inner longitudinal, outer circular layer. These two layers are present all over the ureter, and in lower two-third another extra layer is added, that is outermost longitudinal layer. Then outermost is the adventitia, which is again a loose connective tissue layer, and here you can see some adipose cells, some sections of blood vessels, sections of nerves and lymphatics are also present. Okay, so these are the different layers in the wall of the ureter. All these you have to see in the histolab. Okay, here this like this you will see under microscope. This transitional epithelium, you can see prominent clear dots, dots for the nuclei of different layer. All the layers have rounded nuclei. That is important feature. In stratified squamous, keratinized or non-keratinized, that is also multi-layered, but their shapes of the nuclei changes gradually. Okay, in the basal layer there are rounded nuclei, and towards the surface there will be flattening of the nuclei. But here no change is occurring. All the layers are containing rounded nuclei. That's how you differentiate between those stratified squamous or from this transitional epithelium. Okay, understood? You have understood the difference. And difference from GI system is, here is inner longitudinal, outer circular. In GI system, inner circular, outer longitudinal, exactly opposite. Okay. So after the transitional epithelium, you see some connective tissue, that will be lamina propria, very thin layer, and after that you see the muscle layer, inner longitudinal layer, outer circular layer, and this is adventitia, loose connective tissue layer. Okay, understood? And it is ureter is also covered by peritoneum, so that will be visceral peritoneum is also covered by the visceral peritoneum. So we have completed ureter. Okay. Next we go to the urinary bladder. Ureters are going to drain into the bladder. So urinary bladder, it is a mucomuscular bag that function as a reservoir of urine. It receives urine from two ureteric openings and expels the urine into the urethra. The walls of the bladder has these three layers: inner mucus layer, middle thick smooth muscle coat, and outer serous layer. Mucous membrane, the interior of the urinary bladder is lined by transitional epithelium. Okay, very frequently asked question. Okay, it shows apical dome-shaped or umbrella cells on the luminal surface. Some of these cells may be binucleated, and in empty bladder, the cells of transitional epithelium are cuboidal in shape and bulge into the lumen. Under transmission electron microscopy, the superficial cells are covered by thick plaques. These are modified area of apical plasma membrane, and this plaque takes dark eosinophilic stains. Okay. Next, there will be lamina propria. There is mucosal folds. Thickness of the transitional epithelium in empty bladder may range up to 6 cell layers. and on distension it may reduce to 3 cell layer because of stretching of the cells. Okay, understood? So after the mucosa, we go to the muscle coat. In muscle coat in bladder is known as detrusor muscle. Okay. So urinary bladder has thick muscle coat that forms a meshwork, fibers running in different direction. In ureter, there was a specific pattern. Okay, there was inner longitudinal, outer circular. But here there are mainly three muscle layers, but it seems like fibers are directed in different direction. There is no regular pattern of distribution of the muscle layer. Okay, understood? So that is important feature of urinary bladder. So usually inner and outer layers are arranged longitudinally, middle fibers run obliquely, and at the junction of the bladder with the urethra, smooth muscle fibers are arranged circularly to form a sphincter vesicle. Okay. So bladder has a thick muscle coat, forms meshwork, fibers running in all directions. This is the arrangement, but sometimes does not follow this arrangement. Um, Inner and outer longitudinal, middle obliquely. Next, after the muscle coat, you go to serous coat or serous layer. External surface of bladder is covered by connective tissue as follows. Only superior surface and part of posterior surface is covered by peritoneum. So that part is called serosa. And rest of the surfaces are covered by adventitia. Okay, those part not covered by the peritoneum. In the region of trigone of bladder, which is a smooth area, and other parts you will see the folds in empty bladder. In trigone area, there is never formation of any fold, and they are formed at the mucosa in trigone area. The mucosa is thin and firmly adherent to the muscle coat, and that is the difference. And trigone is derived from absorption of mesonephric duct, whereas remaining part of bladder is formed from cloaca. Okay, cloaca divided by septum and forms this urinary bladder anteriorly and rectum posteriorly. Okay. So these things are very important for your viva and MCQ. How the trigone is formed? It is formed by absorption of mesonephric ducts. What is the lining epithelium? Important feature is it is mucosa is thin and firmly adherent to the underlying muscle coat. So all these are important for your viva and MCQs. Understood? These are the different clinical aspects of the urinary bladder. First is ectopia vesicae. Ectopia vesicae means this is due to developmental defects. Okay, anterior abdominal wall will be absent and anterior wall of the bladder is absent. So the trigone or posterior wall of bladder is directly exposed to the outside. Okay, there will be no storage of urine, continuous leakage of urine through the anterior abdominal wall. The child actually does not survive. They may also have ectopia cordis, heart lying outside of the body, thoracic cavity. That is also an important associated feature. Next is cystitis. Cystitis is very common. You will see cystitis is infection of the urinary bladder. Okay, uh, and this is more common in female because in female length of urethra is only 4 centimeter. In male it is 18 centimeter almost. In female it is 4 centimeter, and urethra is thicker. Okay, so lumen is larger in case of female. Next is bladder stones. Bladder stones are also sometimes formed. There may be hyperechoic stone or hypoechoic stones, and if they are impacted in somewhere in the urethra or somewhere in the ureter, this will lead to hydronephrosis. Okay, in case of bladder stone, there will be blockage of passage of urine and there will be hydronephrosis, dilatation of the pelvic ileal system of the kidney. Okay, understood? And hydroureter, if there will be dilatation of the ureter. Okay, so these are the features of kidney stones. And kidney stones generally develops after cystitis. Okay, there is layering over the dead bacteria. which was causing the infection. So you have to be careful about cystitis. Generally occurs due to not maintenance of personal hygiene or using different public toilets like this. These are the main reasons of the cystitis, and less intake of water like this. Okay. So this is a this you draw a diagram like this. So histology of transverse section of urinary bladder practice figure, you can see this is the lumen, this is the mucosa lined by transitional epithelium, here is the lamina propria, these are the muscle layer, inner outer longitudinal and middle oblique layers. Okay, and muscle fibers are disposed in different direction. Outermost is the serosa in peritoneum covered areas, and adventitia in peritoneum in areas where peritoneum is not present. Okay, in serosa you can see those sections of blood vessels. So this is summarization of histology of urinary bladder. So trigon of bladder is important. uh, about the trigone, it is important for your viva. In viscera there is composite viscera, or there is also viscera of bladder. Okay, so if you are given those viscera in your viva table, you will be asked question regarding this. So there is three layers. Mucosa lined by transitional epithelium. There are umbrella cells, may be binucleated, eosinophilic plaque coat. There is lamina propria and mucosal folds. And these are the smooth muscle. The next layer is smooth muscle coat, or also known as detrusor muscle. Three layers are there: inner longitudinal, outer longitudinal, middle oblique. Next, outermost is serosa or adventitia, which is a connective tissue layer. Serosa only superior and part of posterior surface covered by the peritoneum, and rest of the part there is adventitia. Like this you will see under the microscope. Here we don't have slide of urinary bladder, we have only ureter. So like this you can see under the microscope. So this is transitional epithelium in low power in 10x. Okay, within the epithelium you see those binucleated cells or those umbrella cells, all the layers containing rounded nucleus that can be clearly visible. Okay, cell outlines are clearly visible, polygonal cells. After that, these lamina propria, then these are the muscle fibers. You cannot distinguish those inner, outer, longitudinal, middle oblique. Muscle fibers are lying in different directions. Okay, and outermost will be the serosa or adventitia. Okay, so like this we will see under the low power magnification. Okay, that's all. So you draw a diagram for ureter and urinary bladder in your histocopy, and you write down important identification feature. For ureter, identification feature is those lined by transitional epithelium, star sepid lumen, and those disposition of muscle layer. Okay, inner longitudinal, outer circular, and another longitudinal layer in the lower two-third. Okay, and adventitia containing section of blood vessels, nerves, lymphatics, like those. And for urinary bladder, their lumen is irregular, lined by transitional epithelium, and muscle layer is very thick, and fibers are directed in different directions. That is important identification feature of bladder. Okay, here star sepid lumen is not present in urinary bladder. Okay, lumen is larger in bladder. Okay, that's all. Any queries? And clinical aspects are important. That comes from your embryology part, ectopia vesici, like this. Okay. Section of ureter, you can see the lumen innermost. After that, the epithelium, transitional epithelium, and then the muscle coat. You identify inner longitudinal and outer circular. Okay, and after that, you can see the adventitia. Loose areolar tissue, and there is in the upper part you can see two sections. One is thin walled section, that is for vein, and another is thick walled section, that is for artery. Okay, and there are some adipose tissue cells also are present in the adventitia layer. all these features you see for this slide. Okay, so you can see the same features. Okay, in the upper part you see section of some large artery and vein and small arteries in these areas laterally, and those layers mucosa, then muscle layer, and then adventitia. Okay, the longitudinal folds and the start-sepal lumen. Okay, and this slide is a good slide. Those two are not that much. So here you can see the epithelial lining, transitional epithelium with dots, rounded dots for nuclei. You clearly can be seen. Transitional epithelium actually clearly seen in the bladder. In bladder, it is most prominent. After the epithelium, you see the lamina propria, that is clearly visible here. Okay. After that, the muscle layer is also clearly visible. Inner longitudinal, outer circular, and outermost you can see the uh, adventitia or serosa. You can see one mesentery like structure is coming, and in that part you see sections of larger vessels. Okay, and it is covering the ureter, again going on this side, left side. Okay, so connection of ureter with the mesentery like structure is present here in this section. So you can see outermost loose areolar tissue or adventitia. You can see sections of some blood vessels, adipose tissue within the adventitia. Okay, so you see the slide. The star-sepal lumen you can see here clearly. Okay, see those three layers are clearly visible: mucosa, then muscle layer, and adventitia.